It's cheap webcam o'clock again. Let's take a look. And here it is, the Smilodon 1080p webcam in its box in all its glory. Let's take a look around the box. We've got a nice picture of it on the front and some, well, an image of a Smilodon there and a bit of something that looks like it's something off the Matrix. On this side, there's a bit of information there and a barcode. Other side of the box, similar. Got some key features here. 1080p at 30 FPS, DRC digital, WDR 2D DNR, built-in noise reduction microphone, plug in and play, free drive, I'm assuming that's driver free, and designed with clip-on base to put camera on different monitor. Sounds interesting, so we'll get it opened up. Very interesting. In fact, a bit more in here than I expected. So first up, we've got, so this is a stand it's on about for different monitors. Just move that to the front. So you can actually, could use this to stand it up on a table. It's not going to be very flat. If you extend these legs as far as they'll go, they should theoretically be flat. Ish. It's one of those where you put more weight on it, the flatter it goes. But it'll certainly work on different monitors using that. The camera itself, which we'll come back to. And we've got, looks like sticking plasters. So these they are different covers you can put on the camera itself. Never give up. And put them to one side. Got the user manual. Not expecting much in here. If you do want to read it, then you are more than welcome to pause the video and do so. Cool. And last thing in the box is the camera itself. So it's quite a chunky one actually. A bit bigger than I expected. So we've got USB cable here. Looks to be a lot of length in that. That's quite nice. And we've got a privacy cap over the front of the camera. That just pops off. Nice feature if you're worried that someone's going to hack your webcam. I don't think that's been happening for about 15 years or something. Does that turn? No, it doesn't. So though it looks like there might be an adjustable lens on there, there really isn't. Got the usual clip to mount it on a monitor. It's quite stiff, which is nice to see. Sometimes when they're loose, your camera will go all over the place. And then we've got a 1/4 inch, I think it's 1/4 inch, yeah, mount, so you could attach it to a tripod, or you could literally put it on there, the thing that came with it. And then it's just a little something to peel off, which I'm going to do now. Nice. Let's get back on the PC and give it some testing. Just got it positioned here on the top of my monitor, as you can see, up against a Logitech C920 Pro. It does look a little bit bigger, but not a massive amount bigger. Okay, in the top left, hello from the top left and the bottom right, you get the idea. I've got both cameras running here. So top left, I've got the Smilodon camera that is the one I'm reviewing, and then in the bottom right, I've got my Logitech C920. I've set the white balance to auto and the exposure to auto, and these are the results. As you can see around the edge of the Smilodon, there's a bit of skew where the wide angle lens kind of shows you a bit more, but it doesn't look quite right. Just on this clip, I'm recording audio using my studio mic, so I'm not recording audio from either of the webcams here. Right, now I'm just using the Smilodon camera and I am recording audio with the built-in microphone, so this gives you an idea of the audio quality you would come to expect from the camera. Now I am recording audio using the Logitech C920 camera, and this gives you an idea of the sound quality you'd expect for a camera at this price point, which is approximately, at the time of making this video, 3 to 4 times the price of the Smilodon camera. I'm back recording the audio with my studio mic again. Now this time I've removed a lot of the natural light that was coming into the image, just to show you how it handles motion in natural light. in less natural light rather. So bottom right is the Logitech C920, top left is the Smilodon. I'm just going to wave. You can really see the difference there. One thing I've noticed though is there seems to be more colour on the image from the Smilodon than there is on the Logitech C920. So we'll change some of the settings that are set to auto and try and refine that and see what we can do. And just to give you a flavour of the settings that can be adjusted in the camera, on the left hand side here we have the Smilodon camera, and on the right hand side here we have the Logitech C920. So in terms of manually adjustable settings, very similar. So you can change the white balance on the Smilodon. You can also do the same on the Logitech. You can change the power line frequency, so that's the anti-flicker. So if you're in a country where everything runs at 50 Hz, then you want it set to that. If you're in a country where things run at 60 Hz, then you want to be changing it to that. Then under camera control, so slight difference here in that the focus can be adjusted on the C920 and the exposure can be adjusted on both. There is a low light compensation setting, but on the Smilodon it didn't actually make any difference. With the C920 it tries to compensate when there's not much light in the shot. Okay, now I've manually adjusted some of the exposure settings. So I've increased the value for both cameras by a similar amount. So as you can see, the motion has now slowed down a little bit on the Logitech, but it's slowed down even more on the Smilodon. So there is a bit of a cost if you try and pull out more colour from the image. If you take away the natural light, then you will see slight issues with the image, but this is the same with most webcams. So you are actually better with a light source if you can get one. Back to natural light again here. You can see on the Smilodon the shadows are a bit darker. They are set to auto for the exposure, so we can adjust that. So I'll have a go at manually adjusting it on both cameras to get the best possible that I can out of the settings. Right, I've just adjusted the settings so you can see the shadowed area of my face, which is away from the natural light. I've tried to adjust them to a similar level. Again, the Smilodon isn't really coping with motion as well as the C920, but that's about the only difference you get. So there we have it, the Smilodon 1080p camera. Why it's named after the animal, I shall never know, but that's quite irrelevant to my review. Things I was impressed with, the price, very, very cheap for a 1080p webcam that gives you 1080p over USB 2 as well as USB 3. I like the fact that you can attach it to a tripod. Some of the cheaper cameras don't have that, so it's a nice thing to have. It means it's compatible with loads of different things, like, I don't know, ring lights, that sort of thing. So you can include it into your streaming setup at not much extra cost. Wide angle lens, I'm not that keen on, but I would understand why some people would prefer it. I personally don't like the distortions that it creates around the edge of the image. But it depends what your use case is. If you're streaming and people are mainly focused on your face, you can crop it out in OBS. Or if you're just happy with that, then fair enough at this price. So if you are looking to purchase the camera, then please do use the affiliate link in the description below, as it does help my channel out and it encourages me to continue my quest in finding decent, cheap tech. If you've got one, or if you plan on buying one, let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you like the video or dislike the video, let me know by clicking like or dislike.